Yeah.
So, guys, I'm Giovanna. I'm a recruiter for 4 years now, and I already talked with some of you like 2 months ago. And I'm specialized in international positions and international projects. And I have been going with Giga to have this partnership where I can send you my positions and where you can go and find international positions easily. But today I'm gonna be talking a little bit about how you can find it beyond LinkedIn, okay? Like with Twiggy or other position or other places, okay? So
Oh,
let's go. I got this little um, fact about recruiters. You may think that we are like totally uninterested in the positions, but you have to know that recruiters have more than 100 CVs a day to see. So we take normally 10 to 12 seconds to 10 to yeah 12 15 seconds to see if we are gonna follow or not with that candidate, okay? So normally we get like we see the time that you spend on each company, how many years experience do you have, and like little facts about the city that you're at and things like that. After that, if you convinced us on these 10 seconds, then we start reviewing your profile as a full profile, okay? Because of that, you need to have your CV really made to make people know who you are. So you need to have your name, your education, and your recent experience in a way that we can just look at your CV and we already know where it is. We can't be looking like, oh, he has the experience in here and the technology that he works with is in the fourth page or something like that. So the tips that I have is you have to have your key information right on the first part of the page, and you need to be really straightforward about your profile, okay? You can make all the crucial informations be right on the top of your CV so you can help the recruiters. Even more on the American companies, they don't care about you. They just want to know what are CV talking to us, okay? So make sure that you have all the details in a way that we can see them right at the spot. Um, to have this good resume, you always keep it clean, simple, like a blank page, well structure with the highlights of your career in that, and always with under 3 pages, okay? I know that most of you guys have more than 10 years of experience and you have a lot to talk about, but that's why we have LinkedIn. LinkedIn is where you're gonna have your whole career. On your resume, we need the last, you know, 3 experiences or last 5 years of your career, just so we can know what are you doing right now and what do you want from your career from now on. Thinking of that, we have this information distribution where we talk about what is the best way for you to make your resume. Start with the personal address. Please don't put infos like your full address. I know that most of you guys know about cybersecurity, but there's still a lot of developers and other people send me CVs with their full address or the documents. Guys, please, it's the internet. Don't trust anyone. Then you can do put your education and the best certifications. I know that a lot of you have a lot of certifications, but you need to think what are the highlights of those certifications that will help you on this part of your career. Okay, so if you have like um, a lot of AWS certifications, put the highest one. If you have like 3 degrees, put the highest one or the one that you need, that you want to follow this path right now. Okay, the rest you leave to LinkedIn. After that, you're gonna put your work experience always in the one that you're going right now to the oldest one. Okay, we have a lot of people that still send us like at first the job that they had on the 90s, and then at the last the job that they have now. This doesn't help. We need, if we are already pissed with you by the start of the process, so please help the recruiters. As I said, always at the last 3 to 5 years are companies, so you can stay on the 1 to 2 pages limit. Okay. Okay. On your LinkedIn. I know we hate LinkedIn, but it's useful in some ways. You need to have your LinkedIn always on your native language and in English. You can put like that a second profile is gonna be attached to your main profile. Everyone can see both, but you can have like different types of infos. You can say to me like, I want to work on Brazilian teams with, I don't know, data engineering. But if I go to a American company or an European company, I want to work with database. That is not a problem. You can put them with different infos, but you need to have both. An American recruiter or even a Brazilian recruiter in an international project, we are gonna see your profile and be like, okay, if he already has an English profile, he already knows a little bit. We can see how you write in English, if you have some critical mistakes like that, and then help us to have a little preview about you. Okay? We always talk about keywords. The main ones that you have to be like looking for are the ones in your bio. Okay, right after your name, you have
Cliente
like
novo aí, mano, Cassino hoje, tu viu?
oh. Okay, someone is with the mic on.
I am muted.
No problem. Um, But okay, the keywords that I put on our profile, they help us when we use LinkedIn Recruiter or when we are looking for like a professional with an specific um, technology or something like that. Okay, let me just. Okay, so we always ask you to put like your main technologies and the job that you're looking for or the job that you have now. I don't have the LinkedIn recruiter here on my PC now, but you can put like, um, I want to I want to search for a Kiwi in India that has English and other things. I can put there so I can have like your the language that you have on your profile, the top technologies that you put, and they gave me a list of, in that. So if you have the really good keywords, you're gonna be on top of the search. And activate your service page. Okay, the service page on LinkedIn is something that you can put like if you're able to do some freelancing or things like that. If you don't want that, no problem, activate it anyway so people can send you messages even if they don't have paid emails, okay? It's always helpful because a lot of recruiters don't have the money to pay for a LinkedIn recruiter sign because it's like, oh. almost 1,000 reais. So we are kind of poor. You have to have a good portfolio, okay? For international companies, sometimes they just see you for the first interview after seeing your portfolio. So you have to have like your personal website or a really good GitHub, and you need to make it the best way that you can. You need to put everything organized. You need to keep it updated. Why do why do you even have a portfolio if the last update that you do is like 5 years ago? I know that a lot of companies don't let you put the project in there, but if you have something that you made on a freelancing or helping a friend or something like that, please put in there. There are a lot of companies like Pluto TV, the streaming channel, Mercury, that is a financial company, or even big car companies like BMW. They don't look for a candidate that don't have a good portfolio. Okay, if you don't have that and they really like you, they will put like in 3 to 4 cases to solve just to see if you have a good code or anything like that. Okay, outside of LinkedIn, some examples that we are looking for that uh, are the best right now are those websites like Landing Jobs, We Work Remotely, Work Nomads. Oh, we have a really good point here about GitHub. Yeah, sometimes it isn't easy to have our GitHub up to date. I know, but if you, it's just like what I said. If you have any uh, personal projects, or if you don't can put your things about your project right now, uh, you need to make a personal website or need to put on your profile like I have an NDA on this position on this current company, so I can put about my job, but I can like provide a test, I can provide something. If you do a test for another company, you can put them on your GitHub. Maybe some technical case that you do for an interview can be a good thing for your portfolio, okay? So try to put at least one thing there every month, every 3 months or something like that, just for people to see that you are actually searching for new technologies and new knowledge at all. We're gonna send this PDF to you, and you can try to seek for these websites. They're really good, and I like to always put like remote from anywhere, remote from Brazil, remote from Latin America, just to make sure that you are not trying like for a position in Pakistan where you need to work during midnight to 6 a.m. Okay, so you can put remote from anywhere or things like that, but stay focused on the time zone. I have already interviewed some guys from Brazil that were like, "Oh, I am perfect for this position," and things like that. And when I saw it was on India time, and they said, "No, I can't work through my whole night. I'm not gonna sleep ever in my life." Uh, Besides that, you can use Boolean search. That is the same thing that recruiters do. We try to use like Boolean search on Google, and then we track like for greenhouse, lever. I really like InHire and Indeed because they track to some pretty good big companies. So you put um like I put like here search strings like hunting, full stack, developer, JavaScript, remote. The best is that you can, the more info that you put, the more specific is gonna be the jobs that appear, and the best is and it's best for you on your search. Okay, it's gonna take you a lot of time to write the string normally, but you will achieve the really perfect jobs for your profile right now. This is something that you can use on Twitter too. I hate the name X, so I still use Twitter. You can judge me, but it's just like that. Twitter is dying a little bit, but a lot of recruiters still post their positions in there. And you can search there on the search as a normal post, like full stack or keyway, Latin, or remote from anywhere and things like that. And you see a lot of jobs. And normally the recruiters will answer you on the DM on Twitter, and it's gonna be way faster. And thinking of that, guys, don't be afraid to text recruiters. We This is our job. We don't have any problem of getting messages on LinkedIn, on Twitter. If we have our professional number somewhere, just text us. It's our job. Sometimes you will text us just to see, like, oh, I want to connect with you, just to see if you have an opportunity someday, and we already have the perfect opportunity for you. So why not try? Okay, I am one of the person in my team that say like ChatGPT is one of the best things that happened to me on recruitment. It helps me to do all the Boolean search when I'm like really lazy in the morning. So I put like on ChatGPT, I have this position. These are the requirements. Please create a Boolean search string for me, and it helps a lot. Okay, I have an example here of data engineer. This was something that we used it a lot when I was working with Inno Media to just check for people on the exact region that we needed. It's something that you can do too, and it will help you a lot. Okay, so about your LinkedIn, connections are equal to visibility. You need to increase your connections. Just add recruiters, add people from your area, add people from management and companies that you want to work with, people in management in Brazilian companies that you know that have pretty good projects with international companies. That way, they will see you. They will see that you are seeking for a new position. They will see that you are proactive, and that way, your profile uh, will be your will be appearing for more people. You know that the algorithm in LinkedIn is a joke, but this is the best way for you to trick it. And you have to engage with the contents that appear on your feed. I always say that you have to like at least 3 posts a day, comment on one, and you have to repost some things like 1 to 3 posts a day. It already appears on a lot of your LinkedIn connections feed. So you will be always like in touch with everyone. Everyone will be seeing you like, oh, this guy, he is really active here. He really wants to be trying new things. Okay, about the process. I know that it's pretty hard to receive a lot of no's, but that is the only way that you will find the perfect job. So you need to apply every day. I always say that to my candidates, like, if you're active looking for a job, take 1 to 2 hours for each day, and you start to apply to every position that you see that you have the qualifications, okay? But you need to be conscious. You can send your applications to a place like, oh, I have, they are asking for Python, they are asking for PySpark, SQL, and AWS, but I don't have the level of expertise that they want in one of those. Okay, you can send it. But if you don't have, like, if you're a junior and you're trying a senior position, please be conscious. They will just like put you on blacklist. And blacklist is a thing that happens a lot on technology companies. So you need to take risks, but you need to be like with your feet on the ground. But every time that you receive a no, no, it's hard. We get sad and things like that. But you will learn something. Always ask for the recruiter for the feedback. Why did you land this job right now? What you can improve, and what are your lacks for this position. That way, you will be always improving yourself, and the next time will be even better. Right now, I'm working at Zalpi Digital, and it's a company where you can land like your first job in an international project, but without having to be on an international company. Okay, I got this here for you guys to think about other ways to enter the international marketing. Sometimes you can enter by a Brazilian company that has some international projects with really good, great companies and big companies, and you start working with Portuguese and English too. You will work with some international teams. You will improve your CV and you will improve your language skills, and you will have the opportunity to go from there to a totally international company. I have seen this a lot. The most of uh, the turnovers on my current companies are from people that are like there for a year or two, and they receive some offers from an international project that they didn't even look for. The company just got to them because they see that we are a large company and we have a lot of international projects. They see like, this guy is great if he's already there for a while. So maybe it's a way for you to not be frustrated at this moment for not landing your international company at first, and it's a way to follow your path and your career, like, mm, just a little bit easier. It's not totally easy, but it's a little bit easier than landing your first job already in an international company. And Zalpia now has a new office in Texas, in the Dallas Cowboys Stadium. So who knows? Maybe you can start in a remote position in here, and they can put you to go to the Texas office, and it can start a whole new moment of your career. And you always have to remember the no's are just part of the process, okay? Um, Everyone knows that amazing stories about a lot of CEOs and things like that that just started the companies or their dream jobs when they were already on their 50s, 40s. So they received a lot of no's. If they stopped on the first ones, they wouldn't have done what they did. So if I stopped on my first no as a recruiter, I wouldn't be here, and it has been a really rough path for 4 years. But now I can say that every no teach me a little bit, and every no made me the recruiter that I am today, the recruiter that be sensitive to candidates and try to help the others. So I want to see you guys trying, and I want to see you in a few years saying to me, Giovanna, it was really something that happened, and I'm really proud of me for not letting go on the first nose. Okay? And the marketing is really full of opportunities in a lot of places, in a lot of companies. You can work for countries that you never even thought of. Like Malta has a lot of opportunities to work remote, Belgium, and things like that. Like you can start searching and with using Boolean search and things like that, and optimizing your resume, optimizing your LinkedIn. But you can start thinking outside of the box to help on this process. Okay, the word is not like Marvel. The word don't stop in USA, or the word don't stop in Europe. You have a lot of ways to start your path to your dream job in an international company. So, guys, that was it. Thank you for everything. And now we will open for the questions.
Awesome, guys. Really great talk, Giovanna. Thank you so much. So, guys, now we're going to open for questions. Anybody that wants to ask a question, you can just raise your hand. I think even if you raise your hand like this, would.
I do.
Yeah, there's
Okay.
a little hand raising option here below, just to
Yes.
keep it organized. Sure. So, answer want to be the first one?
Yes, I do. So, Giovanna,
Okay.
really great talk. Thank you so much for the very insightful presentation. I think it's very needed, especially for tech professionals that do struggle on going outside of LinkedIn.
Yeah.
But there is one specific platform that I do want to ask you about, and it was actually a suggestion from one of my students, Thiago Pires. He was here,
Oh.
but he left.
Yeah.
There's this platform called Turing, which is very, very popular for American devs to find jobs within the US. It's like their American version of LinkedIn. And I
Yeah.
asked myself, if we open an account on those mostly US-based job positions, how likely are they to accept international applicants?
Okay, I have some opinions about Turing.
Gustavo
that
doesn't like it
I
either.
Yeah, I have my own opinions about Turing. I know some recruiters from there, and I don't think they are the best for uh, people that are starting on the marketing. But it's something that you can try. It's like you already have the know, you can try it, and it's not the worst platform in the world, but it's not so useful. Okay, sometimes they don't consider people from Latin America, and if they consider, they put like people that speak native Spanish. Okay, Brazilians are the main target.
Got it. It doesn't hurt to try, but most of the time they'll put in very small letters at the end of the applications. We are not accepting, non-citizen applications. But hey,
Yeah.
sometimes they can open an exception. I don't know, but it
But
doesn't
why
hurt
would
to
you even
try, right?
try?
Yeah.
And they normally do outsourcing. Okay, so you need to be sure about the type of work that you are looking
Mhm.
for, because not everyone is the best fit for outsourcing. um, you have a lot of specifications from this type of work. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, Igor.
Awesome. I have a question more towards the model of the resume or the CV.
Yeah.
So you were talking about the resume and how it's really good to keep it concise, keep it simple, keep it the last 3 years of experience, your last three experiences. My
Yeah.
question is about the skills part of the resume. So is it recommended to have a skills part of the resume? Whenever I say skills, I say like technology wise. So
Yeah.
you're putting these are my skills: React, JavaScript, da, da, da. Or if it's more recommended that those skills are found on your experiences. So instead of having a skill set, those skills are described in your job experiences. So which do you
Okay.
think is the best model?
I like the skill sets. Okay, it's more like a personal thing from each recruiter. It's like the keywords you need to have them on your resume too, and you can put them like on a list of the skills, or you can put them highlighted in your experiences. Like instead of putting a list, you can put like on my current experience, I work with this, and you can just put your extra skills in other places, like I made a certification about that or things like that. If you think that is more, uh, you know, it's a choice that you can do. If you think that you see that it values the most, if you do a list, you can do a list. Okay.
Perfect. So the point is just having those keywords, right? Not necessarily
Yeah,
the way that you
you
do is
need
just
to
having the
have
keywords.
them. You
Perfect.
need to think about like the future. Recruiters are using ATS a lot, and we're using a lot of AIs. So these keywords will be the main focus of these tools. Okay, so you need to have those skills that you have in some place on your resume, but it doesn't need to be. Oh, it needs to be on the right corner, just like
Mhm.
that. Okay.
Okay, perfect. Thank you, Giovanna.
Yeah.
Okay,
Got a question related
Gustavo.
to this. By the way, amazing talk. Thanks for being here. And
Okay.
can you clarify first what ATS stands for?
Oh, I always forget about what is that,
I
but
mean,
it's
what does it
like,
do?
yeah, it's like a tool that we use to process all the profiles and things like that.
Application tracking system,
Yeah,
applicant tracking system,
yeah, just like that. I always forget what
applicant
ATS
tracking
means.
system, right? Nice.
I use it every day, and we just call ATS. You're perfect, Gustavo. But yeah, we use it like when you start your application in a website like InHire, Guppy, or something like that. It came to us in a dashboard, so we can see the whole spectrum of the position. Like we have 30 applicants in the screening position, in the screening part. I already talked with 10 of
Hmm.
them. So it helps us to see the whole position in a more practical way. And it's a way that recruiters are doing to put the agile methodologies to on our jobs. So we use the ATS and some sprints to make our job quicker, because the next step in recruitment right now is to reduce the time that the candidate is in the process. Well, the
I
companies
see.
are always trying to reduce the time of the total process to
Yeah,
45 to 50 days. So with the ATS, we can help the recruiter
yeah,
to organize themselves.
for sure. It's like a CRM that we use here
Yeah,
for clients. But my question is actually about using tools to process the CVs, the resumes. Because like we have recently developed, like Marcus developed a way for us to create a very simple CV. And
yeah.
I saw on a video somewhere that one of the reasons why it should be simple, like full of pictures and all like designed and trying to attract by design, is because it's processed by a machine first, and only then it gets to a recruiter. So
Okay.
maybe the machine won't be able to read those images and turn them into text if there's like too much designing them. So is that true? And how does that work?
That is true in a lot of companies. I am one of the old school recruiters. I don't believe in machines processing before entering the recruiters. So I always like to work in companies that let the recruiters process or let the recruiters go through the ones that the machine didn't look for. But yeah, sometimes the lot of styles and images and things like that, they just they don't help the EIs to know what is in there, and it gets confused, and it processes as an image and not as a CV. So your resume can be discharged because of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So that's one more reason, guys, to use our model. Gonna be sharing that with you guys soon.
Yeah, a lot of international companies are already using this machine first
Mm-hmm.
process.
Approach,
So
right?
you need to use a simple model. I know we like beautiful CVs, but it's not practical.
Makes sense. Mauro?
Okay.
Uh, good morning, Giovanna. Uh,
Good morning.
if in the LinkedIn profile, I have an option to print my profile, and if I print, the LinkedIn generates automatically a resume. I
Yeah.
can I use this resume or no? And I have other question.
Okay.
About recommendation letter. I it's it's im- is it important to send a recommendation letter or no?
Okay. So
Very good
let's
question.
start with the LinkedIn. The LinkedIn resume, that is the automatic one, is not a like uh, it's not bad, but it's not the best thing because it's like a lot of people use that because they don't have time and things like that. That is totally okay, but it is pretty long. You can't choose what experience will be in there, so they will have a lot of pages, and the template of it is not the best. So we normally get a little confused with your LinkedIn, and if you don't have them write it pretty well, like you have good descriptions and good keywords, it won't be the best for you because it's, it's not the best visualization of the, the infos, okay? And
Okay.
about the recommendation letter, we have two types of letters that sometimes they ask, that are the cover letter and the recommendation letter. Normally, recommendation is just if they ask you to, okay? Because it's something that if you just send, they will not look for. So it's good to have, but just don't send it before someone asks for it, okay? Sometimes they ask for contact references and things like that before asking for a recommendation letter. And we have the cover letter, that is something that we're pretty used for international companies, but from like a year to now, it's been just like vanished. I haven't seen a lot of positions with cover letters, but I always say that it's good to have both on your desktop just to make sure that if they ask for it, you have it.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Mauro. Gustavo?
Hi, Giovanna. Nice to meet you. First of all, I want to give a kudos for your presentation. I loved
Thank
your
you.
tips, and I will cross-check them to ensure I'm up to date when I start to when I start to have some interviews as well. And I just have a one curiosity as a recruiter. When you get in touch with candidates over LinkedIn, do you use to
Uh-huh.
filter by keywords or you directly search by a position? For example, you're going to search for a senior iOS software engineer, for example. You are
Yeah.
just search directly this position, or do you use to search for some keywords?
Okay. Right now, I use LinkedIn Recruiter for a few months now. So I search for both. I will put like related positions. I can put like any type of position that I want. Like I'm looking for a senior developer, but he can have a stack that is full stack, but I want him to be a backend. So I can put like every kind of position that seems like what I needed.
I see.
Sometimes I use ChatGPT for that. I say like, I have this position. What are the names that I can find a candidate like that? And I search for the names of the positions, the place that he is in, the language that he used, and the keywords that I need on his profile. Like we have a place where we can put he needs to have those skills, and those skills he can have, but it's not mandatory. So we
Yeah,
use both. We can search for everything.
got it. So most of your search engines, you prefer to go over the keywords instead of searching directly the position, right?
Yeah, because it's like I can need someone with that is I can see someone that is a senior and he has a lot of experience. He has 20 years of marketing, but he doesn't have the specific skills that I want because
Oh,
like with Java, I have a lot of candidates that still work with Java 8 and I need someone with Java I don't know. I don't even know in which number it is right now. But I can put that. Oh, yeah, it's in Java 20. But I have some friends that still work with H,
I see.
so I can put there just to check if they have the right thing. That way, I can improve my time and the candidate's time because I know I'll be searching for the right person and I will don't they won't lose time and I won't put like with the faith of a new job just to end their dreams on the call.
Understood. Awesome. Thanks for clarifying.
Okay, Denner.
Olá, hello Giovanna, nice to meet you.
Hey.
I'm just a question for the people are trying to get the first international job. Do you recommend the search the big techs or, for example, the startups or small business? Okay,
Okay.
I'm just curious because I know the big techs. I think have a complicated human resource, okay?
Yeah.
And I think it can be a problem. Because this I'm trying to ask you, okay, about this situation.
You have a really good question. Normally, startups they don't have an HR team. Just big techs have. So on startups, the people that are looking for this, they are like they can be from human resources, but they can be from the marketing team or they can be from the tech team. So they don't have a lot of standards to search for, but it depends. Like you need to think about what is your moment. If you're studying or something like that, if you have a degree, you can go to a big tech and try in a junior position or a trainee position or even like internship. They don't pay as much as we wanted to, but your career path will be easier that way. And in big techs, you have a certain time to develop your skills. Big techs, they always say like, okay, in 1 year you will become a junior, in 1 year you will go to another promotion and things like that. In startups, we call it like the prodigious kid because in startups people get from the zero to senior in like 1 year because it's a totally different environment. It will push you a lot. You will have a lot of responsibilities, but it's a good way to start. A lot of developers start on international projects by startups, but normally it's not the best environment for everyone. It's a place where probably won't work just 8 hours a day, and you don't have any rights as a worker and things like that. So you need to think about what is the best for you right now to push yourself to the limit and have a skyrocketing career, or to maybe start from the bottom and upgrading from the levels in the normal way. Okay, so think about your mental health, think about what you want right now, and if the money is a point here. Okay, because we always need to think about what is possible for us, and then you choose the path that you're going to. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Lucas?
Hi, Giovanna. Nice to meet you. Thank you for all the information you gave us today. And I have a question regarding the resume. Do you think there is a necessity or any advantage to update the resume for a specific job opportunity or job
That is
role?
great. Yeah. Okay, that is a great question. If you have time, update it. Always update it, okay? The recruiters, they are egocentric people. They love to see that you made a
An
resume for
effort,
them.
right?
Yeah, the effort is something that we really put on place. Like, if you're trying for a lot of positions with the same resume, you don't need to put a title in there or something like that. But if you have time, no, put the title of the job that you're applying to. Try to send an email like, hey, I really liked about this position. Put the name of the position, the name of the company. Send a message that is personalized for the recruiter. We'll see that you made an effort, that you're proactive, and this will help you a lot. I had a candidate this week. It was a candidate for an internship, and one of the points that made him go all the way to the technical interview in minutes was that he was the only intern that made sure to make a different resume for the position. And he started to look for the technology that we said that we were gonna teach them before entering the call. So he started the call like, oh, it's an internship. We didn't ask him for knowledge in technology, but he entered the call like, oh, I saw that you deal with AWS, so I started to do this free class about that, and I started to search for that, and I started to search for the company, and he made a lot of questions and things like that. So this type of effort, it's always something that makes you special for the team.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Very good.
Also, it goes the same with the keywords, right? If you're doing a resume for the position, you can make sure that you're putting all the keywords.
Yeah, exactly. If you have time to do this different resumes, you can put like, oh, this position requires those tags that I have. Okay, I'm gonna highlight them. But this other position don't. So I just can take this off and put the other ones. So if you have time, if it's something that is possible for you, do it.
Perfect.
All right. It also, probably is one of the reasons why just sending the LinkedIn PDF resume doesn't
Yeah.
work as well, because like you were showing that you make almost zero effort to apply for that
Yeah,
position.
totally. And it normally it's related to someone that is just looking for uh, upper salary or something like that. They
Mhm.
don't real they aren't really looking at the marketing. They aren't really doing some efforts. They just want more money. So
Yeah.
they send us the LinkedIn, and then we go to the call already knowing that they will be like, oh, I'm here just because I have this time, and maybe you can offer me more money. So it's like you need to think that we are always seeing the ways that you behave. So your resume is already like the first thing that we're gonna see how you behave about your
Yeah.
job, about your career. So if you make an effort from the beginning, we know you're gonna be a great worker for the company, someone that is really proactive, and that is gonna be a great addition to the team.
Very good. Can you tell us more about the kinds of position that you were looking for right now, and also the company that you work for, and like how can
Sure.
we help you with great programmers that we have here at Giga?
Okay. Right now, am right now I can't talk about my current client because we can just do that on the position, but it's a really great automotive company.
Mhm.
And I'm looking for people to work for um, the USA
Right.
team and the European branch. Thank you. And I'm looking for people in data, all the levels, from even the trainees to the BA seniors.
Mhm.
So that's it, what I'm doing right now. But I have colleagues doing like uh, full stacks, doing Java, doing .NET MAUI, and things like that. So in Zalpi, we have opportunity for everyone, and we are like crazy. We have around 700 get workers right now, and we want to go to 1,000 until January. So I will send you guys a lot of positions.
That's good to
Just
know.
yeah. Oh, mobile for Android, I can see for you. I will send the link on our Discord just for you guys to check. Okay?
Yeah. Remember, guys, we have a forum with job positions. Giovanna's going to be adding some new ones over there very soon.
Yeah.
Now, Marcus has a question.
No, hey guys, glad to be back. Just came with a quick question. What was the biggest throw off that you had in an interview? Like, what's the thing that kind of, the moment the person do that type of thing, you okay, this guy's not gonna fit.
I love that you put me in a really bad place right now. I had some pretty crazy things happening to me on interviews. I already had a candidate that I was really sad about her. She had like a lot of degrees, but she didn't have worked outside of the university. And I
Mm,
went to ask her, and I was like, okay, why didn't you work outside of the university? You're perfect. And she said like, oh, my husband, he doesn't like for me to go out of my house.
Wow.
Yeah. And I was
yeah.
like, oh, yeah. And after a while, that is after like 2 months, I interviewed her husband, and I didn't know it was her husband. And he
Uh,
said to me like, I I was gonna follow with him, and then he said to me in an interview, okay, but I can't travel with the company because I need to watch my wife, and because you know those type of woman. And I was like,
Oh,
guys, you were perfect for the position. He was a senior. He had everything. He had a perfect English, but his soft skills, they didn't exist. He was like so manipulative, and I was like, okay, I'm afraid of you. I want to know your full
Yeah.
address so I can send the police to there. But normally it's things like that. Normally
Yeah, you
the
could do that. Like, hey, this guy's wife is is trapped in her
yeah,
house.
In the
yeah,
US,
just like
they have
that.
that. They have I think it's welfare check. If you can call the
Yeah,
police and request a welfare check to see if someone's doing fine. I don't think we have that in Brazil, but it should for this type of situation. Like it's
yeah,
very
we
odd
need,
what's happening over there.
but it's really like that. The the candidates are they are perfect and just get declined on the process without knowing why. Normally, it's because of something they did that is like, guy, you are not someone that works well in teams. There are a lot of guys that we had a guy that during the English part, after that we give some feedback and we say like, oh, you have a pretty good English, you're in the intermediary uh, part of your English skills, and we want like you just know that you need to improve some things like that, blah blah blah. And he said, no, I don't need to improve anything. I already know that I'm good at that. So yeah, you need to
This
be
is
I'm perfect.
red flag, red
Yeah.
very
flag.
red flag.
So yeah, if you normally see that like there's a guy that is not like he's not behaving well during the interview, that is a red flag for us, and we'll be searching on that, or we'll be like doing some questions to push them just to see if this is a real red flag and if it's not gonna fit with the company culture or something like that. Okay, so that is the biggest turn offs I had to do. Like I had some guys
Yeah,
make
those are good
pretty,
stories.
yeah, I had some guys had like rage attacks because we didn't approve them. So it happens a lot.
You had two sociopaths, pretty much.
Yeah.
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 Okay, guys.
All right, guys. So Giovanna is in our Discord server. You can approach her at any time, ask her questions. Do connect to her on LinkedIn. Let me send you guys the link right here. And lots of great stuff coming and going
Yeah.
in this partnership.
And I will
So,
send you a lot of positions. Thank you, Gustavo, for improving my presentation. You're perfect.
thank you.
And it's pretty great to be here with you guys. I love Giga. I love what you're doing. And I'm pretty happy to be a partner with you guys. And I hope to see everyone again.
All right. Hopefully during job interviews.
Yeah, hopefully. I want to see you all guys in job interviews for pretty great international projects, okay?
Awesome. So guys, click the link right here for her profile real quick, because we're gonna wrap up for now. Giovanna, we have a classic picture that we take at the end. Let's take that with you.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, and yay. Thanks a lot, everyone.
Yay.
Enjoy the rest of your Friday, and I'll see you on Monday.
Bye bye, guys.
Bye
Have a
bye,
great weekend.
guys.